today we are going to be reviewing the entire set. I'd like to try and do this in an hour and a half, 2 hours, but yeah, I don't know how well that's going to go. Ooh, that's a script for a video I was working on. How beautiful. I just need to open up chat 1 second, boys. Alright. I'm also gonna make sure everyone can hear me properly. That's good. Okay, there we go. Let me just make sure I can hear this. Hello? Let me just make sure I can hear this. Alright, perfect. I hope you're not actually getting that echo. Is there a little bit of an echo? 1 second. 1 second. Oh, okay. So that echo is just me listening to my own stream. Sorry about that, boys. Okay. Stop looking at Twitch's things. Alright, so... yeah, okay, let me start this off by saying I hope y'all have a drink, because this is probably me long as shit, and if you guys don't... oh, I should move 1 second. I need to move my keyboard over so I have more room for my mouse. So I haven't looked at a lot of these cards, if I'm being honest. I just did a review of the standard set, or the standard meta, so this way I'm kind of a little bit more aware of what's really popular and what's going down, due to mostly playing Wild right now. So I'm going to try to give my opinions on most of the cards that I think are going to be really good in both of those formats, and I'm just going to throw them in when I read one. Or else it's just basically be a very basic review. The set does come out tomorrow. Yeah, last time I did like each class. This time I'm going to try doing this. I might go back to the other format. I might not. Basically just want to try out all the different meta, or all the different ways of doing it, I guess, to see which one I find is the best. Anyways, with that being said, let's start with the Demon Companion. Summon a random Demon Companion. If I'm not mistaken, I guess I can... okay, yeah, charge, taunt, +1 attack. This card seems very, very aggro. It reminds... well, it should remind me of Animal Companion. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think this card is actually really good. A 2-1 charge for 1 is, like, very powerful. Right, it's just a straight upgrade to Stone Tusk Boar. 2-2 Taunt is a straight upgrade to... what's his face? What's a 1-2 Taunt? Gold Shard Footman. And then 1, your other minions have +1 attack. It's just a straight upgrade to the... fuck, what's his name? The 3-mana 2-2 in the classic set that has the same effect. It's some ogre. So I think this is like fairly good. Like, I mean, just like Animal Companion where Leok is really good on the late game, this one is much better in the late game. Shima's pretty good against the aggro ones, and then this guy is just super aggro, right? So if you do that on turn 1, you're pushing 2. That's really, really good. I think this card is going to see a lot of experimentation, because it could also be in Hunter. And the meta is currently really, really, like, aggro. Like, if we come here, right? Highland Hunter's fairly aggro. Dragon Hunter's fairly aggro. Face Hunter's fairly aggro. Tempo Demon Hunter's fairly aggro. So I feel like this is kind of just like an instant fit, almost. So I think this card is going to see a fair amount of play. Next, Double Jump. Draw an Outcast card from your deck. Oh, this is actually really good. Because if you play the Outcast card on the turn you play double jump, it's gonna have Outcast, right? Because this will be all the way on the right side of your hand when you draw it. So I can see this seeing play kind of as a tutor, if more Outcast cards start to see play. Right now, there is 1, I believe. I mean, let's just, if we open this real quick, and then the most popular decks, I-Beam is the only Outcast card. Oh, and Skull, I guess. So the 7-mana Skulls. I don't know if that's too slow. For I-Beam, it's really good. I think this one might see experimentation, but I don't think it's going to be an auto include in every deck. I think that's it. It's going to see testing though, because I think this could be really, really powerful. It might force you to play more Outcast cards, but if it does see play, I think it's going to be as a one of. All right, next, True Aim Crescent. I think that's how you pronounce that. 1 mana for a 1/4 weapon. After your hero attacks a minion, your minions attack it too. Huh. If this makes minions you play this turn attack, I can see this being like super broken. But if it's only your minions that can attack, then it's like, okay. I don't think this is going to see that much play. I feel like it's bad. Okay, it's bad if it can't make things attack twice. Or that if it auto-stops it, if the minion dies. So, if you hit it, and then your first minion attacks it, and then it dies, if all the other minions hit as well, then it's, like, super terrible, right? If it can't make your minions attack a second time, it's kind of bad. Because it can just help maybe remove... Well, no, it's because you might as well just attack... It must allow minions to attack a second time. Because or else you, like, might as well just attack it with your minions, right? So yeah, I can see this probably seeing testing. I don't know how good it's going to be, though. I don't think it's going to be that great. I think it might just be too slow. That might be it. Because it's not if you attack face, right? I think if we attack face, it'd be like a 9 mana card, but hey. So yeah, I don't think this is going to see that much play. Okay, Ace Hunter Kren, 3 mana for 2/4. Your other characters are immune while attacking. This card might actually just be the best legendary in the set. And I'm not trying to meme or anything with that. This card is actually completely fucking broken. And I didn't think it would be this broken. Well, no. I didn't think they would print another Demon Hunter legendary that was completely fucking broken. So far, every single Demon Hunter legendary has been nerfed, right? Did Kane get nerfed? Kane is a 3/4 now, right? Kane. I think that's how you spell it. Nope. Kane Hearthstone? Oh, I've added an E. I'm retarded. Did he get nerfed? I don't remember if he got nerfed or not. I don't think he did. Why don't I just go here? Okay, he did get nerfed. Okay, so yeah, every single legendary in Demon Hunter has been nerfed. I think this guy's actually just fucking broken. Like, actually, this card is nuts. It allows you to trade with, like, things like Battle Fiend and your face without taking damage. Like, I just imagine seeing this in Wild. And, like, because in Wild, there's, like, Odd Demon Hunter. And you drop this, and on all of a sudden, your Battle Fiend and your face trades into a Giant against Quest Mage. And you lose nothing. Sure, you miss out on 8 damage to face, but you lose nothing. You just dealt with a giant fucking minion. I feel like this card is actually insanely broken. Yeah, this card is going to be a problem. 5 stars. I'm not doing star ratings. I might try that for next time, but this card is fucking insane. Okay, next. Mage Hunter. Rush. Whenever this attacks a minion, silence it. It's silencing the minion it attacks. That's a very, very interesting take on the silence mechanic. And I don't hate it. I think it's really good. Right? It's a 2/3 with Rush that can, like, I guess it acts as a consume magic without the draw, but instead of 2/3 body. Right, because you can use this to attack a top minion, you could use this to attack a Vargoth, you can use this to attack, like, a whole bunch of shit, right? So I think this card's actually see fairly, like, a fair amount of play, but it's going to be a one-of. I think it's going to be one of those tech cards. Yeah. Next. Shard Shader Mystic. I think that's right. Destroy a soul fragment in your deck. Deal 3 damage to all other minions. I don't think this is going to see play. So typically Demon Hunter is a very aggro class. So yeah, like as we covered, right? Demon Hunter, aggro, in both formats. So I don't think this is gonna help. Well, maybe if I haven't looked at the Demon Hunter cards in the rest of them, but unless there are really, really good late game cards, this is not gonna see play. And also with the Soul Fragment, the cards that add the Soul Fragments are really good, or else this card is not like bulk. Yeah, it's I think it's like okay at best. I don't think the hero power is not designed to be a control class. Is the big thing. The hero power is definitely designed to be aggro, with it being 1 mana and damage. It's not like if it was 1 damage, gain 1 armor, or gain 1 health, or something like that. It's damage, so it's kind of inherently aggro. Like, right, even when you look at Hunter, like the Highlander deck is fairly aggressive, and it's like supposed to be a Highlander deck, right? Even in WoW, that deck is playing Reno. The deck is playing Kazakh. It can't be playing Kazakhs, but it's playing like Reno, right? Which is like a super control heavy card, and it's still very, very much aggro. Alright. So next is Glide. Shuffle your hand into your deck, draw 4 cards. Your opponent does the same if it's outcast. I can see this card being good. This is like a hand refill kind of for 4 mana. It reminds me a lot of Jeeves. But in a spell format. Jeeves, for all those who don't know, it's a 4 mana 1/4 mech that if your hand has less than 3 cards, draw until you have 3. Something like that. It's either 3 or 4. I can't actually remember off the top of my head. So this is reminding me a lot of that. The fact that you can hit your opponent with it is actually kind of insane. So this is going to be really good at disrupting combo decks, disrupting slower decks. Especially with the outcast, right? Something like a Galakon Priest, even though it's not really a deck right now. Or something like a Control Priest or a Control Warrior. So if they're sitting with a whole bunch of hands, they were like really hoping to get like, you know, like you play 1 more minion and then board wipe, right? So this comes down on 4. Say if the Demon Hunter went second, they just dealt 1 damage to all your minions, and they're planning on playing a Plague of Wrath or a Brawl next turn, alright? This Glide can kind of cuck them if it was a card due for turn, or it's all the way on the left side of your hand. So I can see this being really good. Like, this could be like a really good anti-control card in Demon Hunter. Alright, next is Marrow Slicer. That is a fucked up name. 4 mana 4/2 weapon, pretty good stat line, I guess. It reminds me, the stat line is like Deathspite. Shuffle 2 soul fragments into your deck. I think you should just play Warglaze, honestly. I think it's just worse than Warglaze. What do soul fragments do? 1 second. I'm just gonna take a sip on my drink. Oh, fuck. My throat is already starting to get dry. I know this is not gonna be fun. Soul Fragment Hearthstone. Oh, look at all these reviews for the card. Alright. Restore 2 health to your hero. Okay. I'm terrified of opening Google Image. I'm going to start opening these over on my other monitor. Just because I don't want, in case something fucked up appears, I don't want that stream to see that because I can get banned for that. Alright, so restore 2 health to your hero. So soul fragments are terrible. There are casts when drawn though, which is kind of good. So soul fragments have the opposite problem of bombs, where you don't want them to be drawn. So soul fragments are kind of like a 50-50 type thing, where you draw them, you're super fucking tilted, right? You just played a 4 mana 4/2 weapon that's really fucking weak. Or if you don't draw them, I guess they do have some potential of being really good. I don't see them being really good. I think it's just too slow. Like, even in a slower deck, right? I think they're just too bad in case you low roll. I mean, sure, if you high roll them, they're super good. But if you low roll, they're, like, actually trash. And Demon Hunters does have a lot of draw. With, you know, cards like Spectral Sight, Sigil Runner, and Skull of Gul'dan. Or whatever the fuck the card's called. Yeah, Skull of Gul'dan. So yeah, I don't think, like, if you're playing the Soul Fragments, you might want to cut some of those card draw, and then your late game deck is just going to be too inconsistent. So I just think it's probably going to be better just to go, if you want to go late game, pick a different class. Or if you want to play Demon Hunter and go late game, and you're playing Big Demon Hunter, I don't think Soul Fragments are the way to go. I think they're a little weak. Alright. Star Student Stellina. 4 mana 4/3. Look at the top 3 cards of your... look at 3 cards in your opponent's hand. Shuffle 1 of them into their deck. This is fairly good. It's a very, very good anti-control card. I think it's the first card... One of the first cards that's just straight up, like, an answer to something in your opponent's hand. I mean, sure, I guess there were a couple other cards that cast them at random, but like this is like one of the first ones you get to pick it, right? Things that like there's that one card that corrupted a card in your opponent's hand, but it was random. Like this, sure, you don't get to see all of them, but like if they have 3 cards in hand, you're seeing all of them, and getting to put it back into their deck without replacing it is like, for all those who play Magic, this is like click on steroids. Not only does it have a better stat line, it's just a better card overall. I can see this card seeing like, it's a tech card, right? If the meta is very control heavy and want to be playing like an aggro deck, this card is insane. Because you can like put a piece of removal back in or a board wipe back in. So I think this card is gonna be fairly good. Yeah, it can't go in Odd Demon Hunter, so in Wild, so too bad. Okay. Veil Fiend Trainer, 4 mana, 5/4, summon 2 1/1 demons. I guess that fits in the token deck, but I think it's just too slow. It also has to be outcast to summon the demons. This card would have been fine if it just says a 4 mana 5/4 that summon 2 demons, I think. Oh, then it would be broken. That'd be 7/6 for 4. That'd be absolutely broken. Maybe with this stat line, it's... No, I think it's too slow. Yeah, I think you would rather play the 5/3 that if it's outcast it has immune and rush. I think you'd rather that. Yeah. Alright. Blood Herald, 5 mana 1/1. Whenever a friendly minion dies while this is in your hand, gain +1/+1. We saw a couple cards like this. The main one that comes to my hand is, or to my head, is Bolvar, and that didn't see play. I don't think this is in a... no, the token deck just is too slow. Like, this 5 mana 1/1, your big payoff card is a 6 mana card, so this would be coming down earliest turn 7 probably. And on turn 7, your opponent probably just has a piece of removal, especially if they dealt with all your 1/1s you summoned. I don't know, I feel like this feels super weak. I don't know, I feel like Demon Hunter you probably just play aggro, and this is just way too weak. Alright, Soul Shard Lapidary? Okay, Soul Shard Lapis Lazuli. Okay. 5 mana 5/5, destroy a soul fragment from your deck, give your hero +5 attack this turn. Okay, yeah, like, see, this doesn't make fucking sense. Your soul fragments are clearly a control card, right? Giving your hero 5 attack this turn is not control. The other guy deals 3 damage to all your minions, right? So that's clearly a control card, right? You would never be playing Duskbreaker or Hellfire in Zoo. It just wouldn't make sense, right? So why are you putting one card that's basically a Hellfire and a stick that doesn't deal damage to face, and then the other one is fucking Arcanite Reaper on a body? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, you're gonna have to pick one or the other deck to build around. Because you're not gonna play an aggro deck where you're gonna want to be able to punch your opponent in the face for 5, in the same deck that you're playing a guy that just destroys your own board. So, because of shit like this, the soul fragment cards are bad. Like, you have one or the other to play. So it just doesn't make sense. Alright. Cycle of Hatred. A 7 mana spell. Deal 3 damage to all minions. Summon a 3/3 spirit for every minion killed. This is actually not bad. I know I was just talking shit on the token deck, but... Like, I feel like this could see play in both versions, in token and in big. I'm not going to say it's great, because I don't think it's great. It comes down pretty late, and 3 is kind of an awkward health. Like, 4 is where a lot of things are at, right? Kane is at 4 now. The 6/4 is 4. Sure, I guess it kills Overseer and Battle Fiend. But I feel like a lot of the stuff still have 4. Like, right, if they buff it with the 1/2 that gives a minion plus, or the one mana 1/2 that gives a minion +2 health, I mean, that's still now out of range. Yeah, I feel like this is a little... It's a very cool design, and I think it could see play, but I just don't think it's going to be good enough. The format, at least right now, is just way too aggressive for something like this to see play. I know it sounds dumb, but it's like a 7 mana board wipe, right? Same thing how Plague of Death I found was too slow to play in the last meta. This I feel like is just too slow. Like, Plague of Death killed everything. This doesn't. I guess what it doesn't kill gives you spirits. They don't have any ability, right? No. If they maybe had a rush, then it'd be really good, but I think just like this, it's kind of weak. Alright, Fell Guardian. Summon 3 1/2 demons with taunt. Costs less whenever a friendly minion dies. Guess it's 0 mana, 3/6, but you need to have 7 things die in a control deck. I don't know. I'm just thinking about the control decks I've played recently. Right, Dead Man's Hand. That's not really a fair comparison, but even something like Q Block where you're killing your own minions, 7 minions to die. That's like your Void Caller, your Void Lord, the tokens they make, and 2 other things had to die. I don't know, man. I feel like this is super slow. To be fair, I guess you could play for like 4, but then it's like super weak. 4 mana for a fucking 3/6? I guess it's not that weak. At 2 mana, it comes even with a minion, or at 2 minions dead, it comes even with something creeper. It's a 3/6 taunt for 5 in the classic set, so I guess if 3 things die, it's good. I guess it could also combo with the tokens really, really well. Yeah, I guess. At 0 mana, it does combo with this card, kind of. Where that gives you, they turn into 3/3s. It's not bad, but I think you'd rather not have them have the taunt minions, especially against aggro. I don't know. I feel like these cards are going to be tested in a big deck, and I think it's just not going to work out. Alright, Ancient Void Hound. At the end of your turn, steal 1 attack and 1 health from every enemy minion. From all enemy minions. That is the most interesting effect, I think, in the game at the moment. Okay. This card is good if it was in Warlock. It kills anything at 1 health the turn you play it. So it whirlwinds your opponent's board the turn you play it. Problem is that a huge minion like this needs to do more than that, I think, to be played. When you're thinking about 9 mana minions, right, what comes to mind? Ysera draws you a card that is typically better than the average card. Elysiana makes it so you don't fatigue. Garrosh kills your opponent. Alexstrasza deals 15 damage to your opponent's face. Malagos kills your opponent. So I feel like this guy that doesn't just straight up kill your opponent or have a stupid effect, like, you get the same effect for... You get a better effect, theoretically, for 2 mana with Blade Fury, Blade Storm, no. Bouncing Blades? Twin Blades? No. Whatever the card is, it's 2 mana, deal 1 damage twice. So it's like a better effect than this most of the time. Because that would actually kill your opponent's board. So 1 damage, you kind of have to set it up. I don't know, man. This just feels a little weak. Feels a little weak. Especially for 9 mana. Alright. Now we're into the Druid cards. Lightning Bloom. This card is possibly just straight up the best card of the set. I know I said the Hunter / Demon Hunter Legendary was the best Legendary set. This card actually activated turn 1 kills. In Wild, at least. I feel like this card is going to be insane. It's Innervate. Straight up Innervate. Innervate got nerfed for a reason. It was completely broken. It's broken. It's completely broken. I'm gonna say it again. It's completely broken. I'd be actually super surprised if it doesn't see play. Unless Druid is completely off meta and Shaman is completely off meta, I think that card's gonna see play. Gibber Fiend. No, Gibberling. I can't fucking read. 1 mana, 1/1. Spellburst, summon a Gibberling. Garbage. It's a filler common, right? Not all commons can be piloted Shredder. And this is definitely not one of them. It's not going to see play in the token decks, and it's clearly designed for that. You might as well just play Acorn Bear. It's just a straight up a better minion. And I don't think you want more copies of that card. You'd want more copies of, like, Savage Roar. But, yeah. 1 mana, Nature's Study. Discover a spell, your next one costs 1 less. I don't think this is bad. This is going to for sure see testing. So you have to be careful with every 1 mana spell. And 0 mana spell, they'll all forever see testing, just because it's so little mana that any effect could be worth it. This is like draw a card for 0, because it does make your next spell, and it's very importantly, it doesn't say your next spell this turn. So you can play this on turn 1, and then next turn play a 3-cost spell. So you can play, like, the summon 2/2/2s. Treants. I forgot what the card is called, but on turn 2, without the coin, just because of this. This coin's out of spell, basically. So I think it's fairly good. I think this is actually kind of insane. And this could also discover the 3-cost spell you get, right? So it's really, really good. Next. 1 mana, another druid spell, Partner Assignment? Partner Assignment, yeah. Add a 2-cost and a 3-cost beast to your hand. 2-drop and 3-cost beasts are kind of bad. But there's not, I don't think it's restricted to druid beasts, so this could actually be fairly solid. I mean, it has a very high likelihood of being bad, but I think it's going to see some, there's going to be a rogue beast druid list going around. I don't necessarily think it's going to be the best. Probably like tier 3. I haven't seen the rest of the beasts, but I've seen the legendary. But I don't know, I don't think it's going to be that great, if I'm being 100% honest. Alright, next. Groundskeeper. 4 mana, 4/5 taunt. You're holding a spell that costs 5 or more, restore 5 health. This is just straight up better Yeti. Yeti was a card that was played for a long time in Standard. Like, even throughout the 2nd and 3rd expansion, if I'm not mistaken. No. 3rd expansion is when it died, right? Naxxramas it still saw play, but then it kind of got phased out by Piloted Shredder. I think this card is very solid. Especially in this super aggressive meta. Coining out a 4/5 taunt on 3 or on 2 with the new Innervate card is very, very solid. And especially since it gains you 5 health. Like, this card is, I think this card is going to see play and might be the reason why a Beast Druid deck could, no, I mean, it's not a beast, but I think it could help Druid become an actual class again. Next, Twilight Runner, 5 mana, 5/4, stealth. Whenever this attacks, draw 2 cards. Huh. I mean, that's not the worst. It's pretty okay. I like it. I don't know how great it is. So Druids never had a problem really drawing cards. It's kind of always been their really big strong point. So I don't know how good this is going to be. Like, I don't know if you'd rather just play Nourish for the occasional possibility of, if you have Quest Complete, it draws 3 cards and ramps you. I mean, theoretically, this on turn 3, right, with the new Innervate card, or 2 with coin and the Innervate card, it's insane. I think it's a C testing. Again, a Beast Druid deck I think is gonna probably appear, because there are a couple very good beasts in the format right now. Alright, Forest Warden Omu. I fucking love this card. It's a combo card, and I haven't even read it yet. Well, I've read this before, but yeah. 6 mana, 5/4. Refresh your mana crystals on spell burst. I fucking love it. It reminds me of... Okay, this is gonna sound weird, but it reminds me of a shit Coon. Coon was a 10 mana 7/7 that straight up refresh your mana crystals, or a 9 mana 7/7 that refresh your mana crystals. Or 10 mana? No, it was 10 mana. Avian was the one that was 9. And I just think this card is gonna be solid. It allows you to play, like, right, in the token deck, you can play this guy into Savage Roar, refreshing your mana crystals, and then go Savage Roar, Blessing the Ancient, Blessing of the Ancient, which would be really, really solid. It allows for probably some crazy-ass combos with Aviana, right? So I think this card's going to see a lot of testing. I think it's going to see a fair amount of play, especially in Wild. I think in Wild it's going to see a little bit more play, because you could build a really cool combo deck. And combo decks are very popular in the meta right now, so I can definitely see it being a thing. Alright, next. Runic Carving. 6 mana Druid and Shaman spell. Choose one, summon 4 2/2 Treants. Totems, so they're both, that's interesting. Or Overload to summon them with the Rush. Alright, so you're playing basically 2 mana next turn to give them Rush this turn. I can see this kind of seeing playing the Totem Shaman deck. Like, yes, this card is a little slow, but now you combo this with, like, give them +2 health, give them +2 health, and +2 attack, +2 attack, and then all of a sudden you played 6 mana overloaded 2 for 4/6/6s with rush. I could see this being fairly good. Yeah, fairly good. I'd probably put this at tested. Maybe not 100% C play forever, but I think it's going to be tested. Alright, next, Survival of the Fittest. Super broken magic card. It's not the card we're covering here, but if you have a chance of getting a cheap Survival of the Fittest in Magic, do it, because that card is retarded expensive. Okay, so, but here, it's a 10 mana, give +4/+4 to all your minions in your hand, deck, and battlefield. So it's double Embiggen without the minions costing more. I think it's bad. I think it's just too much mana. I think it's too much mana, but if you play it really, really early off an early-ass Vargoth, then it's, like, super good. Like, I could just see someone in Wild going, coined Vargoth, the new Innervate card, this, Wrath the Minion, I don't know, play something for 1 mana, Ultimate Infestation. I could definitely just see that happening. Or Summon Totem, or Summon Tokens, Ultimate Infestation, Survival of the Fittest, again. I just see some dumb shit with this card. I feel like it's going to be part of some combo deck. That's a little bit fringe. But besides that, I don't know. We'll see. I think this card has definitely potential, though. It's bad, but I think it has potential. I think it's only going to see play ever in a combo deck, though. Alright. Okay. Another... So this is a Hunter Druid card. Yeah. Adorable Infestation. Give a minion +1/+1, summon a 1/1 cub, add a cub to your hand. This is kind of like Alley Cat. Or no, Springpaw? Springpaw. Springpaw, but you have to have a minion on the board first. I think this card is actually surprisingly kind of good. Sorry if that was loud. That was me closing up my bottle. I'm out of water though now, so I might have to stop in the middle here to go grab water. We'll see. Try to get done with all the class cards. I also have another drink here that I'm going to open up soon. I have a Coke for later. Cock. That's what I used to work at a restaurant, and we used to call them Cock. We just yell across the kitchen, "Hey, yo, can you get me a Cock?" And I'm 99% sure half the people in our restaurant actually heard us yell that, and was probably weirded the fuck out. That's just fun, random story. We'd also sometimes we'd add grenadine to them, and we call it cherry cock. So there were numerous times one of our bartenders would just leave the kitchen, slam in the door, be like, "Hey, yo, can I get 2 cherry cocks for the assholes in the back?" Just like yell that in the restaurant. It was fucking hilarious. We got in so much trouble at work. It was so much fun though. I kind of miss it, but at the same time, it was awful. It was a lot of fun. It was awful, but awful. It was awesome, but awful. Don't worry about it. Alright, so yeah, this card, I think it's going to see play. Again, it's very hard to rate these 1-cost cards that currently don't have a real deck to put them in. I don't think this is going to see play in face. They could see play in face. Why wouldn't it see play in face? It's a 1-mana 2/2. It's a 1-mana 2/2 that's split that draws you half a card. I don't know. I can see this experimented with. Let's leave it at that. Alright. Carrion Studies is a 1-mana hunter spell. Discover a death rattle minion. Your next one cost 1 less. That's pretty good. So that can get you like a 1-mana death rattle minion to play it on turn 1. They can get you a 3-mana death rattle minion to play it on turn 2. I'm just getting flashbacks. Sorry, that was my chair. I'm terribly sorry if you heard that. I'm getting flashbacks at turn 2 Coin Harvest Golems, not gonna lie, from beta days. I can see this pretty good. Pretty good. I think this is gonna actually see play in the face, because there are a couple face, like, damage dealing minions in Hunter. Right? You can get, like, Leper Gnome, you could get Bomb, you can get... There's a couple other cards, I just can't think of them off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure there's a couple other ones. Or you can also just get a really big late game threat, right? I definitely see someone in Wild getting, what's his face? The guy that turns into Ragnaros, and then me losing to it somehow. I don't know, I see that coming. Oh, fuck me. Alright, But yeah, I think this guy's in C play. I think it's pretty good, especially in Highlander. All right, next, Overwhelm. Another one. Fuck, I hate these 1-mana spells. They're so hard to rate. Overwhelm. Deal 2 damage to a minion. Deal 1 more damage for each beast you control. That's really cool. I'm so glad that they're printing cool cards. Like, honestly, last expansion, there were a couple of really cool cards. But at the same time, there were so many lame ones. Like, just look at the entire Demon Hunter class. All those cards are fucking lame and broken. But this card is actually, I think, really cool game design, and I fucking love the artwork. I want to get this card golden. I actually want to get double the Innervate golden, and I'm really hoping to get those to golden, but I feel like this card, man, this card could be really good. This card, I was gonna say this card can be really good if there was a slower Hunter deck, but I think this card is still too slow to see played. Actually, if there was a Beast Hunter deck, this could see play. The problem is that right now, the Highlander deck, I think plays like 3 beasts in it, right? Let's just go look at it real quick. I'm making a whole bunch of cuts to here, Highlander Hunter. If we're just looking here, right? That's not a beast. You're playing this, which draws 1. This just straight up doesn't have the secret package. That's 1, 2 beasts. Oh, yo, that Death Roll thing can also get Zixor. 2-mana Zixor, so it's gonna be insane. The Carrion book there could get Zixor. So yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, the deck plays like 2 beasts, and I don't think it's gonna be worth saving this to combo with a beast. And even if you can't Animal Companion, that's only 3. So I don't know. I feel like this card is, it's bad, but I would fucking love for this card to be good. That is fucking adorable. So this is Alley Cat. Alley Cat that copies the buffs. I see the scene play. It's straight up Alley Cat that would copy the buffs. Power creep on Alley Cat. Arguably cuter than Alley Cat and Cute Cat. Yeah, no, this card is gonna see play. Almost 100% sure. This is gonna see play in the aggro deck. It's gonna see play in the Highlander deck. It's just really, really good for early game board control. What the fuck is this? Ugh. This fucking art is horrendous. That... Fuck you, Blizzard. Why is this a joke here? Ugh. Bloated Python is a 3-mana 1/2. Summon Death Rattle, summon a 4/4 hapless handler. I mean, the card's not bad. The art is hideous, and I fucking hate it. It's something. It's like something you wouldn't hate to discover. It's better than Harvest Golem. Oh, I just fucking hate the artwork. I'm gonna get this off the screen, but I think it's like okay. I don't know if it's gonna start seeing play, but I think it's one of those cards you won't be mad to discover, but it's not when you want to put in the deck. This motherfucker, Professor Slate. Your spells are poisonous. This card seems absolutely fucking inbred. Like, actually inbred. Like, I'm just thinking, right? This card that's already super insane can now kill an Alexstrasza. Like, just let that sink in. If we go to Face, I don't know if Face still plays the card. But Arcane Shot kills Alexstrasza. Here, maybe we go to popular decks. Rapid Fire kills 2 fucking minions. This card is insane. Actually insane. Another really, really good minion. He's like, I'd probably put it, this guy's power level very close to that Demon Hunter / Hunter guy, the one that makes you immune while attacking. Fuck, it's insane. Also, that card, like that card, the guy that makes him immune. I'm sorry to get sidetracked from this guy. Here, let's just open him up. Ace Hunter Kren. Just imagine the Face Hunter opponent that could just trade in his minions and keep them alive and kill your top minion. It's so fucking dumb. Like, actually fucking retarded. I am not looking forward to playing against that bullshit. Alright, next. Sando Windclaw. Wildclaw? Wildclaw. What is the... Oh, I'm trying to think of the name of that drink. White Claw. Sando White Claws. Alcoholic. Anonymous. Member. 3 mana 3/3. I'm the most cringy fucking human being on this planet. And that's the first time I think I've used cringy in a sentence that's not just memeing. I hate myself. Alright. Shando Wild Claw. White Claw? White Claw. I'm just gonna call her White Claw. White Claw is a 3 mana 3/3. Give beasts in your deck... choose one. Give beasts in your deck +1/+1. Or transform into a copy of a friendly beast. Very versatile. I kind of like this card. Like, see, this card combos really well with... Where is that? This thingy. This fucking reindeer. Right? So, you give the buff... If you give the buff to this... wait, what the fuck? That card is missing here. Okay. So yeah, you give the buff to the beast guy, and like, right, it's gonna be a 1 mana 4/4. I was forgetting what I was saying. So I can see this guy like being, it's like really good. It's really versatile. If you have a big taunt minion and you're playing this aggro, it can turn into that. It just kind of reminds me of like a face. It's like basically faceless, but that only targets beasts. That can also be played with no minions in the battlefield with upside. I don't know. I can see this card seeing a lot of play, especially if there's a beast in either druid or hunter deck. I can see this seeing a lot of play. I guess that also goes for this thing, this overwhelm. If there is a beast deck going around, I think it is going to see play. Same thing as that Python is going to see play in that deck. All right, Krolusk Bar Skipper. Yes. This fucking dinosaur looking motherfucker. 4 mana 3/5. Spell burst, destroy a random enemy minion. This is like, I don't want to say it's a better version of Rotnest Drake, but I feel like it's a different version of Rotnest Drake, but still very powerful. Any of these minions that destroy a random enemy minion are like really good, right? Combo this, like, imagine if you go this coin, you pop something, and then you summon the guy, like, and you play 2/1/1s for 1, or you discover, or you play Overwhelm to kill something else, dealing 3 to it, or you discover a Death Rattle minion. Like, I think I can see this, like, this is straight up better than Stampeding Kodo. And Stampeding Kodo is a 5 mana 3/5 destroy minion with power 2 or less. I think this card is pretty solid. That thing looks so fucking sad. Okay, Teacher's Pet. That's one way to call it. We call them simps nowadays, but alright, so Simp is a 5 mana 4/5 taunt, summon a random 3-cost beast. And this card is both in Druid and in Hunter. Like, see, like, that's something you wouldn't mind copying, but you also wouldn't mind giving it +1/+1. Whoops. Right, with her, like, you wouldn't mind copying it or giving it +1/+1. So I think it's, like, pretty solid. It's only to see play if there's a beast that's going around, obviously. I think it's just too slow to play in Highlander, because that deck, like, if we go back to Highlander, I should just start opening these in other tabs. There's Highlander. I should have also left it open. Like, right, I just feel like a 5 mana 4/5, right, already you're playing 1, 2, you're only playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 things that cost more than 5 mana. They call them 8 late game cards, or 8 late-ish game cards. Yeah, these are not great. Well, no, these are really powerful, but I don't, like, they're so much more powerful than this card. Like, this card is just not great next to them, so I don't think it's a C play. Even though it gets you a card, I think it would only see play in a fucking beast deck, and even then, I don't even know if it would actually see play in a beast deck. It's just very slow, and a beast deck would probably tend to be more aggressive in Hunter, because of your hero power makes you want to go faster. You hit your hero power every single turn, your opponent's on theoretically a 16-turn clock. So, yeah. Next. Guard Animals. 7 mana spell that's in both Druid and Hunter. Summon 2 beasts that cost 5 or less from your deck. Give them rush. So theoretically, right? Best case scenario is you hit 2 5-cost beasts. What are good 5-cost beasts that you would want to summon from your deck? Because don't forget, this takes them out, so you're not triggering their battle cries. You can't even hit high main. I guess there's a Panther? And it's not Panther. The 5-mana 5/5 stealth from standard, or from classic. You wouldn't want to pull this guy. Because pulling this guy is just bad, right? You pull this guy, you don't actually get the extra guy, so you're just paying 7 mana for 2 4/5 taunts. Shaman pays 5 for that, and it's not played. Sure, they don't have Rush, but I don't know if Rush on 2 minions is worth 2 mana. And it's also like you can low roll, right? What happens if this hits 2 1/1s? This card's terrible. I don't think this card's in the C play. Alright, on to Mage. I'm gonna open my other drink, so I'm gonna have to mute my mic so I don't deafen you boys. Alright, I'll be back in a second. Okay. So, Lab Partner. 1 mana, 1/3 spell damage +1. It was probably C play. I said no to this super big payoff fucking beast spell for Hunter. Like, no, this card's bad. I don't think this card's in C play. It reminds me of Sharpshooter in Hunter. Actually kind of reminds me of Mana Worm, which we all know got nerfed to 2 mana from 1. I can see this seeing like a little bit of play, like possibly as a one-off if you're going like a spell-based mage deck. One thing I don't like that I've noticed that they've done in this expansion is that nothing adds on to last expansion, and that's what they were doing before, which I did not like. Where like before the last year, right? So before League of Evil, Saviors of Old Doom, Dragon's Descent, whatever the fuck it's called, where that entire block or year, all the sets kind of tied into each other with an overarching storyline. So you had some cards that would help cards from earlier extensions, right? Where you had the guys who helped the lackeys in the later sets. And I don't like that they're not doing that here. Like, they're printing a whole bunch of mage minions. At least if I'm not mistaken. That's kind of what it looks like. And one of the big things that they tried to put last set was minionless mage. So things like this I think could be cool, like possibly in like a Reno Mage or whatnot, where it's a pretty solid 1-drop. Although I think you'd rather just play Blood Mage. If you wanted to play 2 of them, right, you couldn't play 2 Blood Mages in a Reno deck. Partially because it's legendary, partially because you can only play 1 of each card. So I feel like this is like a suitable. It's better than the 2 mana 2/2 that some decks were playing, unless you have Defile, in which case 2 mana 2/2 is kind of better. But even with Defile, this card actually might be better. But you can't play Defile in the deck, so whatever. I think it's okay. It's not necessarily a 100% include, but I think it's SC testing. Alright, Cram Session. 2 mana Mage Spell, draw 1 card, improve spell damage. See, like this is a spell, right? That's like super cool. And I think it's to see a lot of play. But you can't play it in that mage deck that we talked about earlier, right? This full spell deck, because this is 2 mana draw 1, which is bad. But like this into this might be like one of the best 1/2 punches in the format at the moment. So yeah, I think this card is actually like seeing cards like this. If there's a lot of improved by spell damage in this set that are not spells, I think it's gonna be like this card is gonna have a lot more value. Like even just with this, it's pretty value, and Blood Mage too. Yeah. Combustion. Deal 4 damage to a minion. Any excess damages both neighbors. Oh, we saw this one in the trailer that was very, 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 very weird. Yeah, it's not great, I don't think. I mean, 4 mana to deal, 3 mana to deal 4 to something is pretty solid. But I don't know if I'd pay 3 mana to deal 4 to something just to have the possibility of dealing 1 or 2 damage to neighbors. Especially like if the thing you want to kill is on the left side. Right, you have to also think, people are going to position around it if it's Siege play. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, boys. So I don't know, man. I feel like it's a little weak. Yeah, I just feel like this card is a little weak. I'm trying to think right now of any scenarios where this would be good. It's going to see testing, though. It has the possibility of being good, right? I'm thinking Demon Hunter, they can't theoretically position around it with Overseer, right? If they go Battle Fiend into Coin Overseer into Hero Power, I mean, this does theoretically kill all of them. So, or Hero Power, or Overseer Coin Hero Power, whatever. This could kill both of them. So that's okay, but I don't know how good it is overall. I think it's just the experimentation, though. Firebrand. 3 mana, 3/4, spell burst, deal 4 damage, randomly spit among all enemies. So this is just a shit Flamewaker. Flamewaker was really broken, though. Like, beyond broken. I, again, think this card might see play. I can see this seeing testing. It could help clear a board. I can see, like, just like this into... like this could be insane. Right? But at the same time, I don't know. I think this is going to see play almost for sure, though. Alright. Mozaki Master Duelist. 5 mana, 3/8. After you cast a spell, you can +1 spell damage. That's pretty good. You know what I would like to actually see if this guy had improved by spell damage as well? That would have been really cool. Tying 2 mechanics from the set into each other. I guess improve is not really from the set. Whatever. We'll pretend it is. Mozaki Master Duelist, on the other hand. I can see this card actually kind of seeing play. I say that, but 5 mana for a 3/8 that doesn't inherently affect the board besides being really fat. By fat, I mean has a lot of health. I don't know. It's okay. Yeah, I think it's like just okay. It could have really cool plays though. Like this could definitely lead to some amount of OTKs. So look out for that. Alright. Worm Weaver, 5 mana, 3/6. Summon 2 1/3 mana worms. Oh, Spell Burst, not Battlecry. Okay. So, summoning the 2 1/3 mana worms, that's like 4 mana. Kind of playing 1 mana for a 3/6. That's pretty okay, actually. I don't hate this. It reminds me a lot of the... from what's Frozen Throne, where there was a 4 mana 2/6 that summoned 2/0 taunts. I'm getting flashbacks to that guy, and that guy was pretty solid. I liked that guy a lot, actually. So I kind of feel the same way with her. Although that guy didn't see that much play, I don't think she's going to see that much play either. Like, that guy was very much anti-aggro. This kind of card is aggro, and Mage right now, if we go back to the meta, is Highlander, where you don't really want an aggro card. No minion, again, control. Highlander Dragon, control. Spell Mage at the bottom, again, control. So I don't think this is going to see play for that reason. If we could play the guy that summoned the 2/0 taunts, though, I think that card would see play right now. It'd just be pretty solid. Alright. Paladin, first day at school, 0 mana, add 2 1-cost minions to your hand. Oh, fuck. These 0 mana cards are even harder to predict than the 1 mana card, because it's quite literally free. I don't know, man. I feel like it's weak, though. Because the thing is that they're random, and there are some very, very shit 1-cost minions. It's pretty cool, though, because it kind of draws you 2 cards, but there are some very, very shit 1-cost minions. And I don't know. I feel like it could be weak. It could be very, very powerful. I'm gonna say that it's seeing testing for sure. It's 0 mana. It's seeing testing for sure. I don't think it's gonna stay in Paladin decks. If we look at Paladin decks right now, right? It's like Murloc Pally, Pure Pally. I guess it could kind of help Pure Paladin, but Murloc Paladin's not playing this. It's garbage in Murloc Paladin. In Pure Paladin, I think it's also kind of bad. Although it could give you another Aldor Attendant. But it also gets you a 1-cost minion from any class. Right? A 2 1-cost minion, yeah. I don't know. I think it's weak. I think it's weak because it's testing. I could be wrong, though. This is like one of those ones I take a coin flip. Shield of Honor. Paladin and Warrior spell. Give a damage minion +3 attack and Divine Shield. That's fucking broken. Question mark? It's like Inner Rage, but that gives a bubble. I guess it also has to be damage, but if you're looking at the Warrior decks, you're already playing things like Risky Skipper. So it's already damaged. And giving it Divine Shield is like also kind of bonkers. Especially if you give it to something with like Rush or Charge or that kind of attack. It's like super broken. I'd say this card's actually insane. Very, very good. Very, very solid card. Imagine just throwing this onto the 4/6 Libram Taunt guy in Paladin, or a Brute that you played with Skipper on the battlefield. Like, that's insane. No, I think this card's gonna see play. Very, very good. As long as it accounts towards pure, I think it's gonna see play. Alright, Wave of Apathy. This is a Paladin Priest spell. Set the attack of all enemy minions to 1 until your next turn. This is like that one Warlock card, Curse of something, that gave all your opponent's minions -1 attack until your next turn. I feel like this card is really solid, actually. It most likely makes you survive against aggro for 1 more turn, which could be just enough to pull off like a Plague of Death or a Soul Mirror or just some other form of board wipe. I feel like this card's really strong. I'd rate this card very, very highly. And not just because I like Priest and I like that it's another control card for Priest. I just think it's honestly a very, very good card. Alright. Next is Agent of Braggart? Bragart? I don't know. I hope that's right. 2 mana 1/1. Gain attack and health to match the highest in the battlefield. This card's okay. I don't know if they're trying to push more Pants style decks with this. Pants are like buff decks, right? Where you'd be playing like Blessing of Wisdom, Libram of Wisdom, right? Libram of Wisdom is the +1/+1. I think so. Or, yeah. And then like all those other buff cards. If they're trying to push that, I don't know, man. This is most likely going to end up copying... Oh no, that card's not standard anymore, huh? The guy that you target with every single spell you play this turn? I don't think that card's standard anymore. No, it wasn't Kobolds. So it's going to probably end up, say if it becomes a 5 mana. You're paying 2 mana for a 5/5? That's not bad. I don't know. Yeah, I could see this guy seeing testing and possibly playing pure. I mean, even right, you play it with the 4/6 taunt in Libram, and it's a 4/6, right? That's like nothing to scoff at, right? It could still probably kill 2 or 3 minions in against an aggro deck. I think that's pretty solid. I like it. Pretty good. Next, Ceremonial Maul. 3 mana 2/2 spell burst weapon that is in both Paladin and Warrior. Summon a student with taunt. And stats equal to the spell's cost. Okay, so... Say if it's Consecrate you play. Right, that kind of like goes, right? 3 mana Maul into Consecrate. So, this is a 3 mana 2/2 weapon that gave you a 4/4. I'd like to point out that Fire War Axe in Warrior is currently a 3/2 for 3. This card seems insane in comparison. Turning off 1 attack for possibly like a 9 power minion is a little bit insane. I like this card a lot, actually. I'd rate it pretty highly. I think this card is a C play. You know, comboing into a spell burst trigger after? A one-time effect. Okay, after. That's very important. So that means if you cast a Brawl, you'll get the minion afterwards. Cast a Quality, you get the minion afterwards. To be fair, Quality is not... Actually, a Quality is 4 mana now, huh? So you get a 4/4. That's pretty okay, actually. We'll see. I like this card a lot. I'm actually kind of curious what would trigger first between this and Wild Pyro. Wild Pyro is before. Yeah, but you could do Wild Pyro Quality. That's also another plus to this card. Fun fact. Give a minion another Gift of Luminance. 3 mana Priest Paladin spell. Give a minion Divine Shield, then summon a 1/1 copy of it. Oh boy. I feel like this is broken. This kind of ties in really, really nicely to, like, Resurrect Priest. I don't know how good that's gonna be in Paladin, but Resurrect Priest with this effect. Bone Drake. Get 2 Bone Drakes. Sure, one of them is a 1/1 Divine Shield, but it's still a 1/1 Divine Shield that gives you a dragon at the end of the turn. So he has to hit your Bone Drakes 4 times in order to kill them. That's really good. To be fair, that's like almost optimal scenario. Or I mean, you throw it in a Katrina, but I feel that's still really good. I'm trying to think what minions you'd want to put Divine Shield on. I mean, again, a taunt minion. Taunt minion is like still pretty good, right? Remember, you play. There was a 1 mana 1/1 taunt Divine Shield that was played for a long ass time in Standard, and it was like considered really, really fucking good. If you throw this onto a taunt minion, not only are you making, say, the Libram guy, because it's just the guy that comes to my mind when I'm thinking Paladin. That's a 4/6 Divine Shield and a 1/1 Divine Shield. So you're basically playing 2 mana to give it Divine Shield, which might not be the best. But as well, it could be something bigger, or it could be something different. Something that has an effect at, like, the end of turn or something. Alright? So, I don't know. I feel like this card could see some amount of play. I think it's a C testing, especially in Resurrect Priest. Alright. Goody 2 Shields. Ugh, Blizzard, you're hurting me. 3 mana 4/2. Paladin minion. Divine Shield, Spellburst, gain Divine Shield. I don't know. So you can't play a spell on the same turn you play this guy. I feel like that's bad. Might see some amount of testing, but I think honestly you'd probably rather just play Elder Peacekeeper. I think it's just a better minion overall. Sure, this is a 4/2 that could lose its Divine Shield and then regain it, but if it passes over to your opponent's turn, it probably dies. And you can't play the spell with it on the same turn, because then you're just wasting the spell burst. Unless the spell burst doesn't trigger if it has Divine Shield, in which case, then it's slightly better, but I don't know. I feel like it's a little weak. I would not rate it too highly. Lord Barov. That artwork is actually really fucking nice. Nice. Fuck, I can't speak anymore. 3 mana 3/2 Paladin Warrior minion. Battlecry, set the health of all other minions to 1. Death Rattle, deal 1 damage to all minions. That's really good. I actually think that is really, really, really good. It's a 4 mana board wipe. In both in Warrior it's a 4 mana board wipe. In Paladin, I guess it's a little bit more, but I think this card is kind of insane. You can go this into Shield Slam it if you have 2 armor, or even then if you don't, if you have 6 armor, you can Shield Slam it. Yeah, I like this card. I would rate it pretty highly as well. Alright, High Abyss Allura? 4 mana 3/6 Priest Paladin minion. Cast a spell from your deck. Targets this if possible. That targets this if possible line is kind of bad. Imagine if it pulls Shadow Word Pain from your priest deck, it kills it. Forbidden Words, it kills it. To be fair, at the same time, you can be playing like big spell priest, and then you can get like Plague of Death. 4 mana Plague of Death, right? Or you can get like 4 mana Mass Res. To be fair, then you're shuffling it. Oh no, it's Spell Burst. That's even kind of better. I don't like that target itself line, because it makes hitting removal with it really, really fucking badly. Or, really, really fucking bad. But hitting buffs, or big spells that target everything, I feel like that, like, you'd have to pick. If you're playing this, then you can't be playing things like Shadow Word Pain. You probably can't be playing things like Shadow Word Death. Oh no, Death couldn't target it, so it'd target something else. Forbidden Words. You wouldn't want to play any of those cards. So I think it might see testing. I could see the benefits of playing this card, but I don't think it's good enough overall to see play. And in Paladin, I don't know. Liver of Hope is bad. Right, because you're going to gain 8 health to this, and it probably hasn't taken damage. I guess it could attack, and then you do it, and then it could. But it's still a free. But at the same time, most games you can get it, they're free. So, I don't know. Feels okay, man. Alright. Blessing of Authority. 5 mana paladin spell. You give a minion +8/+8. It can't attack heroes this turn. That drawback is actually kind of enormous. But at the same time, you throw this on a top minion that has like a bubble. That's dumb. Real fucking dumb. Importantly, it says this turn and not permanently. Because theoretically, if you play a minion, or like the next time, kind of like how freeze works, right, where it skips the next attack. Like you could play this on a minion you play this turn, and then I'll be able to attack face next turn. So I don't know. I could see this being pretty solid. I like it. Not great, but I like it. Like I see that being good with this, right? Play her. You play, say, +1/+1 Libram of Hope. Or, no, Libram of Wisdom. Play on this, and then it pulls that. You can't attack with this, right? So you just put a 4 mana, 9, 7, or 4, 7, +8, 12, 13? No. Well, 15. I can't do math. So like that would be like insane, right? And then it gets silenced and you're sad, but hey. I don't know. I can see this seeing testing. I see this seeing testing a lot, but don't forget, at the start of the season, everything's in C testing, and it's very, very hard to review these cards. I don't know, I feel like... So reviewing cards is just really tough, because any of these cards in C play. There could be some fringe deck that just appears that just ends up being super, super good, as it counters whatever's at the top of the list at that moment, right? So hey. It's how... Or like, there could be a meme deck with it, where if you really like meme decks, I don't want to say, oh, this card's fucking trash. I'd rather say it's going to be tested, but it's going to be tested in meme decks, right? So, yeah. Alright. Devout Pupil is a 6 mana 4/5 priest and paladin minion. Divine Shield Taunt costs 1 less for each spell you've cast on friendly characters this game. So, in paladin, this is realistically a 0 mana 4/5 taunt, Divine Shield. So, this is just straight up an upgrade to Sunwalker. I like it. It kind of ties in with Veilweaver as well in Priest. So I like this. I like this a lot. It's not great. It's not bad though. It's in the middle there. I'd rate it fairly highly. I think it's gonna see a lot of play, especially in like Resurrect Priest. I think this could see play. There's a 4/5 taunt Divine Shield. It's obnoxious as shit to get rid of. And it could possibly block you like right minimum it's 6 health. Which is not bad. Okay. Alright, next. Judicus Jr.? 6 mana 4/9 lifesteal. Trash. Actually, just bad. Commencement? Probably. That's what the picture looks like. 7 mana Paladin Warrior spell. Summon a minion from your deck, give it Taunt Divine Shield. This could be really good. This could also be really shit. So if you're looking at the warrior decks right now, they're typically fairly aggro, so this card is going to be really bad. Look at the paladin decks. Murloc Paladin, this is very shit. Pure Paladin, okay. But again, it could summon like a 1/3, and then you're really, really sad. I'm sorry for yawning so much, Jesus Christ. So yeah, this card's kind of meh. Next, Turalion the Turnerd. Probably something like that. 8 mana 3/12. Whenever this attacks a minion, set its defender's health. Its attack and health to 3. It has rush. I don't know if I said if it had rush or not. That's fairly good. The rush part is very, very good actually. I think this card's fairly powerful. It's an 8/3 that kills one thing on attack, and if it's something with taunt, it can kill other things. Well, your other minions can now kill something, especially if it's something like really big, right? I'm thinking about like the 14 health taunt minion that Priest has, or 12, might be 12. Like, this could be really good. This could also be really good at killing the dragons. Yeah, I just think it's pretty solid. Also at 8, you can still hero power with it, which is pretty nice. I like it. All things I said, I like it. Alright, Raise Dead. Deal 3 damage. It's a 0 mana priest and warlock card. Deal 3 damage to your hero. Return 2 friendly minions that died this game to your hand. That seems fucking broken. Like, if I had to say something seemed broken, this would be it. Fuck, man, that's so good. So, that's like kind of draw 2. Almost. But you take 3 for 0. The insane part to me is it costs 0. Like, okay, imagine Warlock plays this and they get back the Prime guy. Or Priest gets back their Prime minion. I feel like this card's gonna be insane. I like it a lot. Very, very good. Draconic Studies. Discover a dragon. Your next one costs 1 less. This combos really, really nicely into Alexstrasza. Yeah. You can play both of these and then an Alexstrasza. It can also discover Alexstrasza. This card is fucking broken. Yeah. 10 out of 10. Frazzled Freshman, 1 mana, 1/4. Don't play this, just play the 2/4 taunt. Or 2/5 taunt with, Dormant. This card's kind of bad. Oh, Mindrender Illusia. I saw this card, and, I just have to say, fuck every combo player on the planet. That's what this card says. This battle cry should basically be, fuck your opponent's combo. So there's very, very high odds that you just play a combo card from your opponent. And then they lose the game. Alright, you're playing Mecha'thun. So you're playing... I guess this is more for Wild, but you're playing, say... Mecha'thun Warlock. Play this, play the Cataclysm. They toss their entire hand, and you wipe the board. GG. Play against Mage, right? Take their Time Walk. In Standard, to be fair, it'd be really hard to combo this with Alexstrasza, but not even, right? I mean, kind of, but not really. Say if it was your turn 8, and you have Dragon's Cost. No, it'd have to be turn 10. I don't know. I think this card is actually kind of insane. Especially if you don't have much in hand. So if you have like 1 or 2 cards left in hand, and your opponent has a full hand, even in the control matchups, you could just waste all of their removal. I don't know, this card seems absolutely broken. I love it. Almost an auto include in every control priest deck. Alright, Power of Feast. Power Word Feast. 2 mana priest spell, part of the Power Word series. You have a friendly minion +2/+2, restore it to full health at the end of this turn. If that didn't say at the end of this turn, this card would actually be broken. But this card is still fairly good. You give it to something that could attack. Say if it's like a Northshire Cleric, makes it a 3/5, kill something, heals up to full, draw a card. That's insane. 2 mana, give a minion +2/+2, draw a card is not balanced. I like it. Yeah, I like this a lot actually. Next, Brittlebone Destroyer. If your hero's health changed this turn, destroy a minion. So this is 6 mana Assassinate that comes on a 3/3 body. That's fucking retarded. That's actually fucking retarded. I like this card a lot. Again, I think this is something that's going to see play in a Control Priest deck. Control Priest is getting so many tools, and I just hope to get an actual win con. Cabal Acolyte, 4 mana, 2/6 taunt. Spellburst, gain control of a random enemy minion with 2 or less attack. Or 2 or less. This card's pretty good. It's like a Cabal Shadow Priest. To be fair, it's a random one, which is kind of worse, but if your opponent only has 1, random of 1 is 1, right? Yeah. I like this. It's not the best card, but I think it's solid. Like, it has taunt, so it could be pretty nice. Combo it with a 0 mana card that you either generate off like a Veil Seeker or something. So yeah, I think this card is pretty good. So far all the priest cards have not disappointed. This card disappoints. Disciplinary Gadlin. 4 mana 3/6. After you play a minion, destroy it and summon a 4/4 failed student. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, okay, I guess it buffs certain minions. But overall, man, this is kind of shit, I think. I don't know, it just feels shit. Okay, I think in Priest or Warlock, I feel like this just feels shit. It's super slow. Doesn't do much. Prevents you from playing big minions unless you want them in your dead pool. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, no, I don't like it. It's one of those shit legendaries, but every set has a couple of those. Initiation? Yeah. Deal a 6 mana priest spell, deal 4 damage to a minion. If it kills it, summon a new copy of it. So I presume that summons it on your side. If that puts it on your side, I mean, that could be really good. Like, in Wild, it's Cabal Shadow Priest on a brand, but it could also get you something really big. So if you, I don't know, put a Vargoth, you hit a Vargoth for 2, play this on a Vargoth, you now get a Vargoth, and then Vargoth can kill an opponent's minion and you get a copy of it, or can kill one of yours and you get you fully heal it. Make sure it's Death Rattle. It's very important that it doesn't say minion you don't control. I mean, to be fair, then I think it'd actually be broken. But this could also be used to, like, trigger Death Rattle of the minion, right? Say if you're playing Wild and your Sylvanas has 3 attack, or 3 health, kill off your Sylvanas, you get another copy of Sylvanas. I don't know, I can see this card seeing play. I think it's pretty okay. It's not the best, but I think it's okay. Flesh Giant. Costs 1 less for each time your hero's health has changed during your turn. Oh, that's just bad. Oh, during your turns. Oh, so it's like a 0 mana 8/8. It's not bad then. Not the best, but it's not also terrible. The art is creepy as shit though. Against aggro, you're healing almost every single turn. Sometimes numerous times in one turn. If you heal numerous times in one turn, this goes down by 2. That's kind of insane. It's kind of insane. A big mistake. Let's hope it's not that for the meta. Yeah, next one. Ooh, Secret Passage. Now we're down to rogue cards. Okay, we're getting there. Secret Passage. Replace your hand with 5 cards from your deck. Swap back next turn. This could be really good. This could be really shit. How does it act if you draw one of the cards you're swapping back? Sorry for not saying anything. I'm just currently thinking about what would it actually do if you swap them back. Or if you drew a card, right? So say if you... So you had 5 cards left in your deck, right? You play this. Place your hand with 5 cards in your deck. So you just draw the rest of your deck. And then what happens if you play something like Galakron? You draw 4 of the cards left. Do you put back all 5 and you only take back 2? Do you put back your entire hand and then just only keep the card, like, get back the cards you didn't draw? I don't know how it's gonna work. But I think it's... I want to say it's bad, but I can see, like, very cornerstones where this card's insane. So I'm gonna have to say it's okay. I don't... it's gonna probably see testing, but then I think it's gonna boil down to this card is not that great. So it's not going to see that much play. Alright, next, Plagiarize. I got caught in school doing that once. Did not go over well. Lied to get out of it, though. Big fucking brain. Alright, this is a 2 mana rogue secret. At the end of your opponent's turn, add a copy of the card they played to your hand. Oh, of all cards, add copies of the cards they played on. That's insane. I just see you play this, your opponent goes Alexstrasza, and you get an Alexstrasza. Or your opponent goes Kronks, you get a Kronks. Your opponent goes Time Warp, and if they don't kill you, you go Time Warp, and then you're very happy. I can see this card being, like, really fucking broken. It draws, like, minimum 1 card. And I think if your opponent doesn't play anything, it just doesn't trigger. So, I think he has to play a card for it to trigger, which is kind of broken. I like it. Pretty good. And I don't even like Rogue, but that card is actually kind of insane. Self-Sharpening Sword. 3 mana for a 1/4 attack. After your hero attacks, gain +1 attack. So it ends up being a 4/1 weapon at the end. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's worth dedicating a deck slot to. I think you probably might as well just play Cold Blood, and then you have 2 3/2 weapons instead of playing this card. Yeah, I don't think this card's great. It's like the 1 and the 2 is gonna be hard to kill anything, and then 3 and 4 will be able to kill things. So I don't know. I think it's bad. Volapurt Toxblade, 3 mana 3/3. Your weapon has +2 attack. Like, see, even that with this card, I feel like it's just better on your hero power. Your hero power is 1 less mana and doesn't take a dedicated deck slot, where you could be playing much better cards. Also, this just feels like a weaker version of some of the older minions we got, but it's okay. It won't see that much play. Rogue weapons typically never saw that much play, except for in like beta and Kingsbane, very 2 exceptions, and I guess your hero power one, but that comes with the class automatically. So yeah, I don't know this is going to see that much play. I don't think it will, though. Infiltrator Lillian. Stealth, Death Rattle, summon a 4/2 Forsaken Lillian that attacks a random enemy minion. Or a random enemy, not even minion. I don't know. This card just feels terrible. There's not that much currently to help rogues with Death Rattles. Not like there used to be. I mean, I guess there's still some of the same cards, but I don't think this is that great. It's one of the weaker Death Rattles we've seen, I think, in the entire set so far. I don't know. I wouldn't rate it too highly. Alright, next, Shifty Sophomore? I hope that's how you're saying it. 4 mana 4/4 Stealth Spellburst. Add a combo card to your hand. I don't know. This card also feels weak. Rogue, I feel like you're just getting hit with weak cards because they've been super powerful for the last 3 sets. 2 sets. Yeah, 2 sets. They were really powerful in the beginning of League of Evil, kind of weak in the middle, and then at the end we're just, honestly, I would think the best deck in Standard at the moment. After all, like, the Demon Hunter nerfs. And this card, I feel like, is just super weak. There's not that many good combo cards. I mean, yes, there's Edwin, but then there's also, like, shit ones, like Headcrack. So, yeah, I don't think it's that great. Ooh, we're down to Shaman. Diligent Note Taker. I can't fucking read. I'm sorry, guys. 2 mana, 2/3. Spellburst. Return the spell to your hand. That's really cool. Like, actually insanely cool. You play this to, like, Hagatha scheme, and your Hagatha scheme is back in your hand. I like that a lot. I could see this card seeing play. Or you play this, and then you play the thing that gives your totems +2 attack. Totemic Might, I think. And then you have another one, so you can play it again. It's kind of OP. Yeah, I think it's pretty solid. It gets a bit, or like, I guess it doesn't really work with, Blood Rush? Bloodburst? Blood Rush, I think. Yeah, I think it's solid, though. I think it's, yeah, it's solid. Rune Daggers. 2 mana, 1/3 weapon. After your hero attacks, gain spell damage +1 this turn. I feel like we saw cards like this, and I don't think they were good. I guess I'm comparing it to older 2 mana 1/3 weapons like Spirit Claws. And I feel like 2 mana is not where Shaman is lacking, kind of. Like, your hero power is fairly solid. It affects the board. I feel like this card is just kind of weak. You don't have that many really big payoff spells anymore, besides, like, Hagatha Scheme and Serpentine Portal, but it's not like you have Maelstrom Portal, right? Dealing 1 damage to everything. With this would make it deal 2, theoretically 3 after you punch something. Well, 3 to 1 minion, right? So I don't think this is gonna see that much, but there's not, at the moment, at least I haven't seen the rest of the cards, but there's not much that would be affected with this. And Hagatha's theme just gets super big. Alright, Instructor Fireheart. This is Shaman, right? Yeah, no, this is Shaman. I was about to say, wait, is this Mage? Because this card feels super Mage-like. It's a 3 mana 3/3. Discover a spell that costs 1 or more. If you play it, repeat this effect. This card seems super good. Good the word? Good is the word. I mean, you discover, say, a Serpentine Portal. You'll hit something, summon a guy, get another discover, can hit something like Hageth the Scheme, something like Rain and Heal, something like, how does this work with fucking Cauldron? I don't think Cauldron's in Standard. No, it's not in Standard anymore, but Cauldron has Echo. If you just pick Cauldron off this, are you gonna get, like, 5 cards? So that'd be insane. But yeah, I think this card's actually pretty solid. Just because, you can, like, it has so much potential value that I think it's gonna see play, especially in, like, I don't think it's see playing big Shaman, because you wouldn't want to pull this, say, off, like, Kronks or Eureka or anything like that. But I think in, like, the Highlander list, I think this is gonna see play. I think it could be very, very solid in that list. Alright, Molten Blast is a 3 mana Shaman spell. Deal 2 damage, summon that many 1/1 elementals. So I presume, okay, if you have spell damage, right, you're gonna get 3. I don't think this is great. 1/1 elementals could be good. They don't have any effects, right? No. They look really nice, though. But I don't think this would be that great. I think, again, Serpentine Portal is just better. On average, what, a 3/3 is a 3-cost minion is a 3/3. So you'd have to have spell damage +1, which would typically cost you more mana than just playing Serpentine Portal. So I think you'd probably be better off just playing Serpentine Portal. And they can both go face, so yeah. Okay. Totem Goliath, 5 mana, 4/5, summon all 4 basic totems, overload 2. And that's a death rattle. I almost just failed at sipping out of my Coke can, and I'm tilted now. I fucking drank like a monkus. Or a monka-s. Whatever, monka sounds funnier. This card, I fucking love the artwork. Very nice, very nice. It combos kind of with that one card that's in Wild, where if you have one of each basic totems, you summon Alakir. But that's like 10 mana. The Overload 2 part is what I think makes it weak. Although, to be fair, Totem Shaman is a deck going around. So, you never know. I feel like this card, though, could see play. Although it makes your hero power useless after it dies. Fun fact. You'd have to hero power first if you're trading it away. But yeah, I think it's okay. It's not bad. It guarantees you the spell damage one. It guarantees you the taunt one. Both of them are fairly solid. So yeah, overall, I like it. Not top tier, but I think it might see experimentation in the totem list. That's kind of just like, you can't wipe my board because I'll just get another board off of it. It's like one of those insurance minions. Anyways, next card. Tidal Wave. Oh, what? The background just changed. Okay, we're getting to the bottom here, I think. Maybe not? I don't know. We'll see. Tidal Wave is an 8 mana spell, lifesteal, deal 3 damage to all minions. This is like a mass heal. That's really good. If your opponent has 7 minions, that's 21 health gained. That can just switch the tide of a fight. That's like a Reno Jackson most of the time. I can see this being playing Highlander. I can see this potentially seeing big and playing big. But definitely in Highlander, I could see it as a one-of. Oh, everything in that is a one-of. I think this card's pretty good. Especially if it needs a little bit more survivability in the late game. This card is definitely a way to go. Also, like, get this off a Farseek, whatever the fuck the card's called. It's 5 mana. Reno is insane. Yeah, I like it. Alright, Demonic Studies. We're getting to Warlock now. Demonic Studies is a 1 mana spell. Discover a demon. Your next one costs 1 less. Okay, can I point out the fact that you can go this into coin this in Warlock, in Wild, and then go Void Caller on turn 2? Who designed this? It wasn't me. It would be 0 mana if I designed it, because I love that deck. But I feel like this card is kind of insane. Enhanced Dreadlords for 5. Enhanced Dreadlords for 6. Super, super good. Yeah, I like it. It also draws, like, this whole cycle is, like, very powerful. Don't underestimate this whole cycle. The fact that it's not this turn is really, really powerful. Be careful for that. Philosophy. What philosophy had a PH? That might be in French. I think that's in French. I might be retarded. 1 mana, both Warlock and Demon Hunter spell. Copy the lowest cost demon in your hand. Outcast, give both +1/+1. So there is no real demon deck in standard at the moment. But at the same time, like Zoo, this could get you an extra copy of the 5/5 Rush that discards the highest cost card in your deck. I can get you an extra Flame Imp. It can actually get you an extra Void Caller. If it gets you an extra Void Caller, right, and it was Outcast, you're getting 2 Vulgar Homunculus without taking 2. And Vulgar Homunculus was played as a motherfucker in Zoo. But I think this card could be like really good. In Warlock, on the other hand, I don't think it's going to be that great. I mean, to be fair, getting an extra Void Caller could be good, but you wouldn't want Void Caller to get pulled. Or that is in Warlock, so I guess it would be more wild. In Demon Hunter, an extra Battle Fiend is never bad, especially giving it +1/+1. A 2/3 Battle Fiend? Are you fucking joking? Imagine if you had a 2/3 Battle Fiends for 1. That's insane. Or Overseer, right? 5 3s for 3. That whenever you attack, give you a 2/2. I think this card is going to see some amount of play in both, actually. Especially Zoo and Aggro Demon Hunter. This could see play in both. Spirit Jailer. 1 mana, 1/3. Shuffle 2 Soul Fragments into your deck. You know my opinion on Soul Fragments. Kind of shit. Not gonna lie. I would not rate this too highly. I think the Soul Fragment mechanic is pretty garbage. Alright. Next is Bone Web Egg. 2 mana, 0/2. So Death Rattle some 2/1 spiders. If you discarded this, trigger the Death Rattle. That is a stupid, interesting way to use the discard mechanic. I think this is gonna be included in a Disco Zoo. Yeah. I think this is gonna be included in Standard Zoo. So Zoo was always playing the egg cards because they're like really powerful. And if you have to play it, you also have the guy who destroys a minion and gives you 2 lackeys to trigger it, which is like fairly good. Or Grim Rally to get you destroy it, give everything +1/+1. I'm pretty sure that also get the 2 ones +1/+1. So I think the Death Rattle trigger first. That's like kind of insane. Even if it doesn't, right? Still 2 2/1s for a 2/2 that gives all your other. Yeah, that's really good. This card is really good. All the eggs in the history have been really, really good. So don't underestimate that card. Soul Shear, 2 mana, deal 3 damage to a minion. Shuffle 2 Soul Fragments into your deck. 2 mana, deal 3 is fairly solid. So this is like a Happy Bomb that can't go face that gains you 4 health. I guess if the other card, like... See, this goes in again with that, control variant. I guess this one kind of does too. But, like, this one I still feel more aggro, right? A 1 mana 1/3 is very aggro kind of statted, I find. And, like, this is, like, control. But I guess this could also go in aggro. I don't know. I feel still iffy about those. Alright. So, yeah, the Soul Fragment cards, so far, they're all below average. I think they're going to be tested, but very quickly they're going to realize that these are not great, and there's just better cards to play in both of the classes. Alright, so next is School Spirit. 3 mana, deal 2 damage to all minions, shuffle 2 Soul Fragments into your deck. Again, another very cool control card. I could actually possibly see this playing, not even for the Soul Fragments. If the Soul Fragments are your card after you draw them, this is like not bad, right? Against aggro, you can just gain 4 the turn after you play this. And you potentially wipe the board. I can see this being cool, but again, this doesn't fit in the aggro aspect. So, yeah. Alright, next. Fuck, where the fuck was I? Oh yeah. Shadowlight Scholar. 3 mana 3/4, destroy a Soul Fragment in your deck, deal 3 damage. Again, another control-esque card. The stat line also feels a little aggro, and could also be played aggro. Because you could play this to deal 3 damage to your opponent's face. But so far with the other cards we saw, right, you wouldn't want to be playing this card in an aggro deck. Because you're going to kill off your own board, right? Zoo Flame Imps have 2 health. So you kill off Flame Imp? No, that's dumb. So that's like, I feel like this mechanic is trying to fit both of them. and like they're trying to go like a control warlock route and an aggro demon hunter route, and it just doesn't work. I don't think the soul fragment is gonna work. Okay, Void Drinker, 5 mana, 4/5 taunt, battlecry, destroy a soul fragment in your deck, gain +2/+3. Again, another control card. To be fair, so far the warlock cards have looked much better than the demon hunter cards, because so far they've all kind of went together. Like the deal 3, and then this is a fucking 7/8 taunt for 5? Are you joking? That's like super good. Like you wipe their board on 3, you coin this out on 4. What the fuck does your opponent do? I mean, that's really good. We used to meme about a 4 mana 7/7. What about turn 4 7/8? Kill the 4 mana 7/7, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. Okay, if all the soul fragment cards kind of work like that, like I think the warlock ones are definitely more playable, and you might be able to squeeze them into like either arena lock or into a hand lock. But I don't think the demon hunter ones are playable. Okay. I guess now this is the big payoff card. Sociologist Militia? I hope that was correct. 7 mana 5/5. For each soul fragment in your deck, summon a 3/3 soul with Rush. That's pretty good. Again, this is more of a control card because they have Rush, not Charge. But I don't know how many will be left. At least she doesn't destroy them all. That's kind of big. But like, I guess an optimal curve would be turn 1. Where are they? Here. No. Okay. Well, it would be turn 1, the 1/3. So I'm gonna shuffle 2 things into your deck. Turn 3 this. I guess turn 1 that, turn 2 that, turn 3 School Spirit, turn 4. I don't know. This possibly. Turn 5 this, or coin this. But then you're still only left with 2 for her, so that's like not great. It's a 7 mana 11/11. It's good, not the best. I could see seeing again experimentation in either Reno or like a hand lock, control lock variant. But I think it might just be worse than other packages you could run. Especially in Wild, where you can run like a demon package, which would be insane with like, right, you're already playing Gul'dan, and you already have to play like, because you're playing Gul'dan, you're playing Mal'Ganis, you're playing Faceless, you're playing Void Lords, you're playing all that shit. I don't know if there's gonna be room to find spot for these suboptimal cards. If you want to deal damage to things, you can play Demon Wrath. Sure, that doesn't work against Zoo, or you can play Hellfire, or you can play Defile. Like, all these cards I think are slightly better. Alright, and now Archwitch Willow. We're leaving the Soul Fragments. We're moving on to the next card. Archwitch Willow. 9 mana 7/7. Summon a random demon from your hand and deck. So, when I first saw this card, I was thinking, like, instantaneously Q-block, right? This card would be insane. And then I also thought about it. This is 9 mana. That is not great. Q-block, you're playing 3 mana for your, or 4 mana for your Void Callers, and then you're Plague of Deathing them, or Plague of Flames, and then you're cubing that shit. So, I think this card is just too slow. It reminds me a lot of Dr. Morgan, which was initially 8 mana. I think it might still be 8. That card was so bad. It's actually the golden legend I got from that set, and it was very, very upsetting. To be fair, it was just another free legendary. But, I don't know. I feel like this card is very, very weak. Very, very slow. Can't see playing, maybe in standard it might be better, because you can pull, like, no, you don't even have Void Lords. I guess there are the enhanced Dreadlords, but that's kind of it. You don't have Mal'Ganis. You could have pulled Doomguard, so that's, like, more aggro, and then you wouldn't want to be playing this in aggro. You'd rather just be playing the guy that summons all of your demons again. So, yeah, I don't know. This card feels weak. Weak as fuck. Alright, moving on to warrior cards. Okay. Athletic Study. Discover a rush minion, your next one costs 1 less. Okay. This feels like probably the weakest one, just because rush minions are typically a little weak. I guess in Wilds you can get Ziliax, but there's nothing really big in standard that will... actually, Blood Boil Brute pops out, but... okay. Next. Information. 2 mana warrior spell. Add 2 random top minions to your hand. Fuck. Two random taunt me as your hand. It's okay. It's not great. The thing is, we don't have nearly as many taunt minion payoffs in Standard as you do in Wild. You don't have, like, Lava Plume's Heart, or where the fuck the quest called. I guess you do have... You do have your boy, the Armadillo. Which that could be good in. But, yeah. It's okay. No, it's not. I think it's just straight up worse than the 2-mana 2/2 that discovers the top minion. Because that actually affects the board on turn 2 in a very aggressive meta. It's so much better. This is super weak in aggressive meta. So yeah. I would not rate that one highly. Next is Playmaker. 3-mana 4/3. After you play a rush minion, summon a copy with 1 health remaining. That's very interesting because that... Okay, if you play Brute, right, in your deck, you can go Playmaker, summon something with Rush, and it says summon a copy of it as well, but with 1 health remaining, which means it's going to lower Brute's cost by 2. And then it's going to summon an extra Brute if you play a Brute. That's actually not bad. It's not the best card. It's not nearly as good as the guy that summons a copy of a minion that took damage, or damaged minion. But it's not bad. I can see this card seeing some amount of play, actually. Yeah. I don't know how much, but I can see it's possibly seeing some amount of play. Reaper Scythe. It's a 4-mana 4/2 weapon. Okay. So this has to basically be comparable to Deathbite, I think, to work, or to be good. Spell Burst. Fuck, I can't speak anymore. Also damages adjacent minions this turn. It's kind of comparable. It's a weaker version of the weapon you get off Garrosh. Scourge Lord Garrosh. And that weapon is very, very powerful. I don't think this should be underrated, but the problem with this entire spell burst mechanic is it prevents you from playing spells until optimal. Like, until optimal situation with these spell burst cards, or else you're not getting max value out of them. And just a 4/2 weapon for 4 is very weak. Again, might as well play Fire Warx, almost gets the same amount of shit for 1 less mana. So yeah, that spell burst makes it cost 4. And I honestly think that it's way too situational, right? Occasionally he might just have one big, like, right, you play this, you kill the minion you have, and then he's playing an aggro deck, but then he drops a Sea Giant. And all of a sudden, you don't have a good target anymore. So you can't play your Shield Slam you have in hand to kill it, or you can't play your Plague of Wrath to kill it, because it's going to pop this spell burst, but then he has no more minions. Right? So I feel like it's super weak. Because you can never get the full value out of it. So yeah, I don't know. I would not rate this highly. Okay, Troublemaker. 8 mana 6/8. At the end of your turn, summon 2 3/3 Ruffians that attack random enemies. This reminds me a lot of Scarab God's Lord something. Not the magic card, but the 7/7 that summons a 1/1 insect with taunt. I forgot what his name was. But this kind of reminds me of him. It also kind of reminds me of the portal you get off Lokari. The Warlock quest that you discard minions or you discard cards for. I think it's pretty good. Not necessarily the best, but if there's a control warrior that goes around, I could possibly see one of these or 2 of these in it. Kind of topping off your curve with like an Alexstrasza. Maybe not even Alexstrasza. Maybe Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. Maybe. We'll see. I think this card could see play, possibly. Rattlegore. 9 mana, 9/9. Death Rattle. Resummon this with -1/-1. Feels weird, man. This card is very hard to rate. It wouldn't fit in any current warrior deck whatsoever. It's really big. It's really slow. But at the same time, it's like a constant threat for like forever almost until they get silenced. The only class that can easily deal with this is Priest. But at the same time, like Demon Hunter, they'll be dead before you can play this, or you've won the game already because he's out of cards and he can't do shit. Or Warrior, same thing. Or you have like 10 bombs in your deck, right? Or he's also playing this, and then you're just trading 1-for-1 forever. Or whoever played it second is now trading 1-for-1 forever, and it's not good for anyone. Or fuck, I don't know. I just feel like it's in like super weak, but also like it's one of those cards like all these. There's so many warrior legendaries that seem super powerful on paper, but they're just like, is it better than just playing Grommash plus Cruel Taskmaster? And I don't think this is. This just takes forever to kill your opponent, and especially if he kills it a couple times. I mean, to be fair, it's a little hard to kill. It's a 9/9. I don't think it's going to see that much play, but I think it's going to be tested because that is a very, very powerful ability. Very, very powerful. Especially, like, imagine if a priest takes this, and he's playing Res Priest, and he just res 3 of them. Like, what the fuck's your opponent going to do? You have 3 9/9s that he probably can't deal with for the rest of the game. I don't know. It feels weird, man. I would not place it that highly. Alright, Desk Imp. 0 mana 1/1 demon. Adding on to the 0 mana 1/1s. I saw play in one super fringe Hobgoblin deck, and it wasn't great, and I don't think this is any different. Alright. Animated Broomstick. 1 mana 1/1 rush. Give your other minions rush. That's okay. By okay, I mean pretty damn good? Question mark? Due to it giving all of them. I can see you, like, okay, so if you're playing Warrior, you drop this, and then you drop Broomstick. And this now has Rush. Too bad it's not a static effect. I think if it was a static effect, it'd be a little bit too good. Because then you could just go, like, pew, 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 pew. If you were able to kill it off every single turn. But I feel like this could see play, especially in, like, a Zoo-type deck. You have, like, Sea Giants Rush. I don't know. I see it. I see it. See it popping off, you know what I'm saying? Why the fuck is this here? This is a rogue. Okay, sure, whatever. Let's just go with it. Brain Freeze. This is Rogue Mage. Freeze a minion combo, also deal 3 damage to it. That's not bad, actually. That's actually kind of dope. I like that. I think that card's gonna see play. In both decks. I just see like a Galakron rogue that's like a little bit slow, right? Just using this to kill something, or to combo it into an Edwin, or just to freeze something, or a freeze mage killing something with this. I don't know. I think this card could see a lot of play, surprisingly. This is Mage Shaman. Devolving missiles. Shoot 3 missiles at random enemy minions. Transform them into ones that cost 1 less. This is 1 mana. Who'd assign this? I want to find him and I want to slap him. I feel like this card's actually just broken. It straight up counters Resurrect Priest. It counters Warlock and Wild. Well, Q-Block and Wild. It's very, very, very solid. Especially since I can't hit your minions for only 1 mana. 3 devolves for 1 mana. You were playing devolve and it was 2, and you were occasionally playing it on 1 minion. You play this on 1 minion? Say if it's a 4-drop, it's now a 1 cost. Like, that's insane. That's really good. Interpreted Initiate? I think that's how you pronounce that. 1 mana, 1/2, spell burst, gain 2 attack. I can see the same play in aggro, actually. A 3/2 for 1. You go this, coin, flame imp, and zoo. That's 2 3/2s. That's broken. I think that could see play. Penflinger, 1 mana, 1/1, deal 1 damage, spell burst, return this to hand. Yo, that's interesting, man. I just see this kind of in like Libram Paladin, where you play this, deal 1 damage to a minion, buff a token that you made with Libram of Hope, bounce this, play this, shoot it again, kill something. I don't know. I could see this seeing a lot of play. I feel like this could be a really, really good card. Yeah. I like it. I like that a lot, actually. I might want to try to build something to test this out with. Pretty cool. Primordial Studies. 1 mana, discover a spell. Damaged. Oh, spell damage. Fuck, I'm retarded. Oh, I can't believe that took me that long to realize that that was one keyword. It was... I should have known. It was in bold. Discover spell damage, meaning your next one costs 1 less. So, this is draw Blood Mage to Anos every single time. That's also not too bad. Like, I feel like getting Blood Mage off this would be insane. Even getting that new 1 cost in Mage would be insane. It's a 0 mana 1/3 spell damage minion. That combos really well with like Flame Strike, Fireball, Rolling Fireball, Frostbolt. Basically all like the move, even like some of the smaller ones. Like I was gonna say Volcanic Potion. I know that's not standard, but something kind of like that. Like that combos like really fucking well with it. It combos really well with the new one, the one that deals 4 and then the access to the neighbors. That combos really, really well with that, because you can get like a 0 mana guy, right? That's kind of insane. Oh, Sphere of Sapience. 1 mana at the start of your turn. It's a 0/4 weapon. 1 mana, 0/4 weapon. At the start of your turn, look at the top card of your deck. You can put it on the bottom, and it loses a durability. This card is the card all control decks needed. 100% if the Hunter Demon Hunter legendary is not the best card in the set, Sphere of Sapience is the best card in the set. This card is going to destroy Wild. It's going to destroy Standard. It's going to make things... I don't know how many of you guys played Standard, but I'm getting major Brainstorm vibes off this card. And Brainstorm is one of the most powerful cards in Magic. Or even Ponder. Ponder is so powerful it had to be banned. Like, it's... Man. Or even Parodane? I think that's how you pronounce it. Like, this card is so good. So, like, for this card, every single deck has to be teching at least 1 Acidic Swamp Ooze. 10 out of 10 card. Tour Guide. 1 mana 1/1, your next hero power costs 0. Wait, what? Okay, so this tore Wild open. So, I don't know if anybody watching this plays Wild. It's a lot of what I do on my channel, but anyways, even in Standard, this is retarded. Like, actually completely broken. So your hero power costing 0, especially in Wild, is super, super powerful. You can play this with Uther the Ebonblade, which summons Horsemen of the Apocalypse. And as soon as you control all 4, you win the game. So you're playing basically a combo that plays the guy that refreshes your hero power every time you play a spell. This removes the need for a coin. Does this act like a coin? Kinda. So you no longer have to play the quest. That's kind of insane. Because you normally have to play the coin to gain the extra mana and to refresh it. Now you can just play this, hero power, play that guy. For 4 instead of it costing 5. So I think this card is like super, super good. Especially because then you could play like other 0 mana cards. I feel like this could be super, super good. So beware of this card. Especially in Wild. I feel like this card would be insane. Yeah, I like it. Alright. Next is Wand Thief. 1 mana 1/2, discover a mage spell combo. I don't know why the rogue mage cards are here, but they are. And honestly, it's fairly good, I think. I don't like it that it's discover a mage spell. I would have liked it if it was discover a mage or rogue spell. But still, like 1 mana 1/2s that draw a card are something to be careful of. So I would say honestly be careful of this card. It could be insanely powerful. This can just like discover a Flame Strike. This can just discover Rolling Fireball, Blizzard, the fucking book thing that discovers a spell damage minion. And that's one of the weaker ones to get, but it's still, it could discover the polymorph bolts. That's really good. Really, really good. Cult Neophyte? Neophyte? I don't know how to pronounce that. 2 damage, 2 damage, no, 2 mana, 3/2. Your opponent's spells cost 1 more next turn. This is like a super weak, what's his face? Lotheb? And it's not nearly as good. So I feel like they were trying to get Lotheb vibes, but you can't really. Lotheb was just really good in the meta that it was in, because there was a lot of decks that were based off spells. And right now, there's not too many. And the ones that have really big payoff spells, at 1 more, they can still play them, right? Master Res you can still play. Plague of Death you can still play. So, I don't know. I feel like this is kind of weak, but it's going to see... It might be a tech card, right? If there was some way to pull off like a priest combo with Archmage Antonidas and, you know, Sorcerer's Apprentices to cast unlimited fireballs, then this card would, I think, see play as a tech card, because the turn they're about to go off, you drop this, and they can no longer go off because they only have, say, 4 Sorcerer's Apprentices or something. So I can see this as being pretty solid. Yeah, I like it. Next, that is a very pretty artwork. Mana Feeder Panther, 2 mana, 2/3. Cry. If you've used your hero power this turn, draw a card. The 4 mana, 2/3 draw a card. Or 3 mana, 2/3 draw a card in Demon Hunter. I think in Demon Hunter you wouldn't play this card, but I like that. I think this is gonna see play in Reno, Priest, and Wild. I can definitely see it. You were playing already certain cards, and if your hero power costs 0, drawing a card is like super, like pretty good for 0. Right, so, or for 2 mana, 2/3 draw a card. But I think this, actually this could see play in Demon Hunter. I mean, a 2/3 draw card on a deck where you're pressing hero power every single turn is not bad. It's not the greatest, but it's not bad. But I think it might see testing, but I don't think it's gonna ever see play competitively. Yes? Maybe. I just don't think so. Okay, next is Sneaky Delinquent. It's a 2 mana 3/1 stealth. Death Rattle, add a 3/1 ghost with stealth to your hand. This is a very aggro-y card, and I think aggro decks aren't gonna play it, because this is a 2 mana 3 attack minion, so that's already pretty good, and it adds another 3 attack minion to your hand, so it draws you a card almost. I don't know, I feel like this could be really solid. I like it. Not the best, but I like it. Transfer Student has a different ability for every single thing. This card everybody got so far, and people are already playing it, so I think it's going to continue seeing play. I think it's pretty solid. A lot of the effects are really good. It's better than the average 2-drop, basically. Especially in an aggro deck, I think. I think one of them is like draw a card. One of them is Divine Shield. So yeah, I think it's pretty solid. Tricky Totem, another mage shaman card. All the mage fucking double cards are here. At the end of your turn, cast a random spell that costs 3 or less. This can be insane. This can also be really fucking bad. Since it doesn't prioritize enemies, any piece of removal has a 50-50 chance of hitting your board or your opponent's board. But at the same time, like, if you get something like missiles, right? Or you get something like Breath of the Infinite or Breath of Dreams or shit like that, it's like really good. But at the same time, you could get something like Plague of Flames with your opponent having no minions, and you just wiped your board. Depending how RNG people are gonna want to be, this card has could have really high payoffs, but also really low lows. Like, this could cast Blessing in the Ancients, buffing your entire board, or again, it could cast Plague of Flames, killing your entire board, right? So yeah, it's a card to look out possibly for. I don't think it's gonna see that much play though. Voracious Reader, 2 mana 1/3. At the end of your turn, draw until you have 3 cards in hand. The end of your turn. So this is one-sided Jeeves. Was Jeeves 4? Hold up, let me check if Jeeves was 4. It's not how you spell Jeeves. Is that it? No. Fuck, I don't know how to spell Jeeves. But I think Jeeves is draw 4 then. But this is super good though in aggro. Honestly, in aggro, I can see this card seeing a lot of play. Very, very good. It's free card draw in aggro, like legit. Wand Maker. 2 mana 2/2 Battlecry, add a 1-cost spell from your class to your hand. So this is kind of like that dragon, right? The 3/5 dragon. That 3/5 dragon, man, it's starting to see a lot of play, and this is like half of it for half the stats for a little bit less than half mana. It might see play. Importantly, it doesn't have the dragon tag, which is why I don't think it's gonna see play. It might see play though. I just don't have high hopes, as it doesn't have that dragon tag. That dragon tag was actually quite important in some matchups. So yeah, I don't think this one has everything batting in its corner. You know what I'm saying? Another rogue card. Okay. Courier, sir? I'm just gonna say it's course. Destroy a damaged minion. Combo, destroy any minion. So 3 mana assassinate as long as you play a card before it? That's really fucking good. Even if it's not, like... That's really good. I like it. Pretty spicy. I like it. Yeah. I think this guy's, like, really good. Probably gonna see some amount of play. Especially in a more control-y warrior deck, or more control-y... Or even not even a more control, like, just in Galacon Rogue, I can see this card seeing play. Alright. Educated elf? Elk? Alec? 3 mana 3/4, whenever a spell is played, this minion remembers it. Death Rattle. Shuffle spells into your deck. Oh, that's broken. Yo, that's really fucking good. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I don't know, I feel like this... It's whenever a spell. It could be opponents playing spells too. That's super good. I like it. Pretty good. Enhanced Cauldron. 3 mana 1/6. Cast a random spell. Spellburst. Cast a random spell that costs the same. Of the same cost. I don't think this is gonna see play. Yeah, no, this is kind of bad. It reminds me of that other card. Like, there was a couple cards that were very similar to this that were printed, and I don't think that any of them are that great. None of them saw that much play, so I don't think this one's gonna see that much play either. Robes of Protection. Your minions can't be the target of spells or hero powers. That's not bad. That could be a really good tech card, especially in aggro, to prevent, you know, things like rolling fireball or even spot removal. And it's more importantly your minions. So if I'm not mistaken, that includes this. So he has to wipe your board with board wipes or minions. That's even better than I thought. Yeah, this card is gonna definitely see play in aggro, because it removes all the possibility of spot removal. Like, this is straight up the counter to that hunter, or the hunter legendary, yeah, that makes all your spells have poisonous. This is your only counter, really. So that could be the counter in the mirror match. Another, okay. Speaker Ghidra, Rush Wind Fury gains Spellburst, gains attack and health equal to the spell's cost. Oh, that's actually not bad. Like, you play this, and then I can see you playing, hopefully not Coin. Overflow, give it +7/+7. It's now a 8/11 rush that drew you 5 cards, gained you 5 health. That's pretty good. I like that. I like this card. It's kind of good. It's gonna see testing, but I don't know if it's gonna be fully played. But I know it's gonna see test. Alright, Crimson Hothead. 4 mana 3/6 Spellburst, gain +1 attack and taunt. That is really good against aggro. A 4 mana 4/6 taunt, as long as you can play a spell with it, is very, very good against aggro. I can even see this theoretically playing like Libram Paladin. Actually, no, because that's pure now. Okay, never mind. But yeah, I can see this card seeing play. Alright, okay, the background changed again. Okay, Divine Rager, 4 mana, 5/1 Divine Shield. Possibly sees play in aggro. Very, very aggressively statted. Like, it's a Rager, right? It has 1 health, but the Divine Shield is what I think makes it good. Because that means it could probably get 1 attack. It could possibly get 1 attack off. Which is really, really good. And I just noticed I'm probably speaking really, really fucking fast. But that's because I just noticed that it's 4:45 in the morning, and I have somewhere to be at 12. I need sleep. Alright, Fishy Flyers. It's a 4 mana 4/3 Rush Death Rattle. Add a 4/3 Ghost with Rush to your hand. Again, I can see this seeing playing. No, this guy I can see playing kind of a control as like a double removal card. Like, remember that guy in Warrior that summoned a copy of a Rush minion you play? Like, that would be super broken with this guy. Like, super, super broken. Super, super broken. Alright, Lore Keeper Pulkill? 4 mana 4/5. Reorder your deck from highest cost to lowest cost. Super good. Super good. This just combos really, really well with any combos. So, yeah. Alright. So, yeah, this card I think is going to be super broken. Combos very, very well with combo decks. So, yeah. Next card. Potion of Illusions. 4 mana potion. It's a mage rogue card. Add a 1/1 copy of your minions to your hand. They cost 1. Remember when I said that there could be an Archmage Antonidas combo deck? I was right. Really, really fucking right. And I was really, really hoping I wasn't. Basically what I'm thinking is like you can go Sorcerer's Apprentice, Potion. And then next turn you go Tony, Sorcerer's Apprentice, coin, Sorcerer's Apprentice. Get the coin off the guy that gets you a coin if you played a quest this turn of this game. Super good. I definitely think that could be a thing. It's going to see playing, probably. People are going to play that on ladder. Almost 100%. Yeah. Alright, next. Steel Dancer. 4 mana, 4/4 rogue warrior minion. Summon a random minion with cost equal to your weapon. Huh. Summon a minion with cost. I don't think that's great. So in rogue, that's most likely a 1/1, possibly a 3/3. Like Cold Blood. Or I guess a 3-cost minion or a 1-cost minion. In Warrior, it's a 2-cost minion most likely. No, I don't think that's good. I don't think that's going to see play almost at all. There's not enough good weapons. Like, right, if you had Deathbite in the format, then possibly, but even then, a little weak. Wretched Tutor, 4 mana 2/5, deal 2 damage to all other minions with Spell Burst. Spell Burst is to deal 2 damage. That's kind of good. I can see that kind of seeing playing control. Yeah. Yeah, pretty good. I like it. Alright, next card. Cutting Class. 5 mana, draw 2, cost 1 less per attack of your weapon. So they're trying to push this weapon thing. I can see this seeing play in aggro, like Pirate, because you're already playing Arcanite Reaper, right? So this is just 0 mana, draw 2. Off an Ankar, that's 3 mana, draw 2, and then if you have a +1/+1 on it from like Corsair's, I don't know, Corsair's Cash is +0/+1. Maybe this might see play or an upgrade, right? This I can see more play than the other cards though, just because, especially in aggro warrior. But possibly not, probably not rogue. Okay, Dr. Krasnov, 5 mana 4/4 rush. Whenever this attacks, give your weapon +1/+1. That's not bad. Just kidding. it's straight up worse, I think, than the pirate guy. Because it can't be tutored up with, like, what's his face? Ankar. Yeah, you might as well just play the other guy, the Greenskin, Captain Greenskin. I think it's just better than this. This probably gets off one attack. If it was whenever it deals damage, then it would be better. But I think it's just worse than Greenskin. For the most part. Headmaster Kelthu fucking Zod. I love this card. 5 mana 4/6 spell burst. If a spell destroyed any minions, summon them. So fucking cool. One of the coolest cards they printed recently. Right, hear me out. Play this guy. And then you play like fucking Plague of Wrath in Warrior. Wipe your opponent's board, you now have a full board. Or what other card? Like Hagatha's Scheme for 5. Him into Hagatha's Scheme for 5. Like, it's so fucking so broken. I fucking love this card. 10 out of 10. Another 10 out of 10 card. Jadis Bravo. 5 mana 2/1. Summon 2 random 5-cost minions. Secretly pick one that dies when it takes damage. This is weak. Very, very weak. I mean, it could be really good, right? But at the same time, if he plays something like a not even Flame Strike, say like fucking Arcane Blast, right? Where it deals 1 damage to 3 different things, and it hits the thing that it would kill. You played 5 mana for a 2/1 and another random 5-cost minion, and the thing is you can hit this guy, right? She is 5 mana. So yes, theoretically you can high roll, but at the same time, you can super low roll and hit double Jadis. And then all of a sudden you paid 5 mana for a 6/3, and then you're super, super disappointed. So I think that just the possibility of low rolling with this, also in Wild, is a 0% play, is you could summon the fucking 2/2 that deals 5 damage to you whenever it dies. But at the same time, I guess you could also summon like a Sludge Belcher. I don't think it's a C play. I think it's weak. I honestly think it's weak. Alright, next card. Lake Thresher. 5 mana 4/6 also damages the minion next to whomever this attacks. So weak. Very, very weak. I don't think this is going to see play. I think it's just too slow, honestly. Yeah. Ogremancer. 5 mana 3/7. When your opponent casts a spell, summon a 2/2 skeleton with taunt. Yeah, this is just also shit. Okay, we're starting to get into like the filler commons from the classic set, and like, oh, sorry, the neutral minions, and this is kind of just shit, honestly. 2/2 with taunt. Every time, it's like a shitty version of the Trog guy, and the Trog guy wasn't played, so this guy probably won't see play. Ras Frost Whisper. 5 mana 3/6. Shaman Mage minion. A legendary. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to all enemies. Improve by spell damage. See, this was the other guy that I saw that had improved by spell damage, and this card is really, really cool. It's like Baron Geddon that only hits enemies, but it also hits their face. It's exactly Baron Geddon that hits enemies, as long as you have 1 spell damage. I think it's super cool. I really like this a lot. Very cool effect. Steward of Scrolls is a 5 mana 4/4 neutral minion. Spell damage +1. A battle card, discover a spell. It's actually not bad. It draws it reminds me of what's his face? Azure Drake. I'm getting very, very big flashbacks to that. Sure, it's not as good as draw card, but it's still fairly good. Also, the tag is worse than Dragon, but still fairly good. Vectis. Summon 2 1/1 whelps. Each gains death rattle from your minions that died this game. Each gains a death rattle. I also really like this guy. Like, so if I'm not mistaken, no. But it can get like, I'm thinking about more wild for this card, where with Cube Warlock, right? You can get it to summon, a demon from your hand with Void Caller or you can get it to enhance Dreadlords, you know? So I think this card could be really, really good. In Wild, in Standard, there are a couple decent Death Rattles, I guess. Cartoot Defender, the 4/5 Scrap Golem, I think. Yeah, Scrap Golem is the 7/7 taunt guy. That would be really good. The other warrior guy, that's a 4/5 that gains you armor equal to its attack. It's not the best. Actually, no, that's true. It's equal to its attack, so that'd be 1. But most importantly, the 7/7 Death Rattle summon a 7/7 taunt. That'd be super, super cool with this guy. Yeah, I like it. Onyx Magiscribe. 6 mana 4/9. Spell burst. Add 2 random spells from your class to your hand. That's pretty good. So it's not the best, but I'm getting vibes or feelings of, I hate the word vibes, but it's also very good to use here. Like this card feels like the spell guy that's currently in Standard, the 5 mana 3/5 dragon that gives you 2 1-cost spells from your class. This reminds me kind of this. I mean, sure, this one you have to jump 2 more hoops. It's more expensive, but you can also get like better spells, right? Where, say, if you were restricted to getting, say, Demon Hunter, right, you can now get Skull of Gul'dan. In Mage, you can now get like Polymorph. You can get Flame Strike, Blizzard, Frost Nova. In War, you can get Plagues, Plague of Wrath, Brawl. So yeah, I feel like this card, yes, it's more expensive, but I feel like it might be slightly better. Also, you have to play the spell, which is a little bit harder, but I think this card could slightly be better than that guy. Alright, next is Smug Senior. It's a 6 mana 5/7 taunt Death Rattle. Add a 5/7 ghost with taunt to your hand. Taunt? This one's kind of shit. I really like the other ghost guys, especially the Rush guy. But I think this guy is by far the worst one. And, yeah, not the biggest fan. Let's just leave it at that. Yeah, it's kind of shit. Alright, Sorceress Substitute. 6 mana 6/6. If you have spell damage, summon a copy of this. That's also feels super weak, man. Like, that effect is, like, super powerful. Hold up. Does this enable Shutter Walk? It does, as long as you have spell damage. If you can find a way to guarantee spell damage, this does enable Shutter Walk. But at the same time, in Wild, you might as well just play Double Gangster. So this is like kind of jumping through an extra hoop. So I think this is bad. This is just bad. Very, very weak. Keymaster Alabaster. That's a great name. 7 mana 6/8. Whenever your opponent draws a card, add a copy of this. Add a copy to your hand. That cost 1. I fucking love this card. Again, going back to Wild. This combos very, very well with Cold Light Oracle, and I think that it's going to be really good. I think it's going to fit really nice in a deck, and I'm going to want to play it. So I'm going to play it. Alright, this is the last card. Plague Proto-Drake. Proto-Drake. It's an 8 mana 8/8. Death Rattle summon a random 7-cost minion. Oh, I feel like this is just too much mana. It's one of those minions you wouldn't be mad to get off Alexstrasza, though. It's pretty good, though. No, it's not. It's way too much mana. It's way, way too slow. Kind of shit. Anyways. So yeah, that was my review of the set. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you guys did, actually, or if you guys like to stream, don't forget to hit me with a follow if you guys are watching the stream of me reviewing this. Also, check out my YouTube, where this is also going to be uploaded to. Yeah. Anyways, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Follow, subscribe, whatever the fuck. Rep the gang, and I'll see you guys in the next one, where we're going to be opening packs, and we're going to be playing some decks next stream, which is going to be tomorrow, because the set comes out in 7 hours. And I'm going to be streaming in 19 hours. Alright guys, I'll see you guys there. Peace, friends.